E aí galera, beleza? Aqui quem fala com vocês é o Fábio. E galera, é o seguinte, estamos de volta aqui com a nossa série de Volta para o Futuro, episódio 4, parte 2, tá? Eu tô meio, quase que eu me perco aqui na numeração do episódio, mas é episódio 4, parte 2. O que vai exatamente daqui que a gente parou no último episódio, né? A gente temos que conseguir um jeito, conseguir algo que pareça com um diamante para o plano da Trixie. Vamos ter que dar uma pesquisada aqui no cenário ou em outro lugar para ver se a gente encontra o que é preciso para ela ajudar a gente, para fazer com que a Edna dê um fora aí no Doutor para a gente poder salvar nosso futuro passado, enfim. Quem estiver gostando da nossa série, não esqueça de deixar o like, se inscrever no canal, compartilhar com os amigos. Cara, a série de Volta pro Futuro tá indo muito bem, cara. Então você que tá assistindo, se inscreve aí, cara. Dê essa moralzinha pra gente aí, pra gente trazer mais conteúdo aí, tá? De Volta pro Futuro. Tem outros jogos aqui também, então se vocês veem o De Volta pelo Futuro, cara, dá uma olhada que tem outros jogos aí também que você vai gostar, tá? E sem mais enrolação, vamos começar, tá? Vamos ver como é que eu vou fazer aqui, galera.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, good. He's back.
You still cheesed off at Trixie?
Yeah, but I'm more cheesed off at whoever got her fired.
Oh. What kind of stuff have they got you hauling here?
How the heck would I know? Electro this, robo that, dynamo the other. It's all Greek to me.
Stay out of trouble, cue ball.
That's what I'm trying to do. Yeah?
When does the expo
Not
open?
till tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds!
Não tem interação nessa porta, não dá pra entrar no portão, né?
Yeah?
When does the expo
Not till
open?
tonight. Anybody without official business here, please get off the grounds!
Cara, eu apertei pra ele ir no portão, só que esse cara não vai deixar a gente passar.
Back again, Mr. Callahan? What can I help you with?
I was thinking.
Saí.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then. And I suppose you are...
Still looking.
Deixa eu ver se dá pra falar com o Arthur.
Hey, Artie. Can't
No.
talk right now.
Vamos no Doutor, então.
Good news. I think Trixie's gonna go along with my scheme.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Any idea what your teenage self is doing right now?
Unless I miss my guess, he's in the garage frantically working on his latest invention and cursing because he can't quite get it to work. Damn!
Beleza. Cara. Tem como a gente sair daqui não, né? Tem rua.
If I'm gonna get to Emmett's, I need to find some wheels. If I'm gonna get to Emmett's, I need to find some wheels.
Botão.
Hi, Trix.
Oh, hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be easiest if I just march up to that Strickland dame and give her a smack in the puss?
Well, it would be fun to watch, but it wouldn't get her to break up with my friend Emmett.
Oh, right. You got all the props I asked for? The furs and the diamond? And your friend's photo album?
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
Good. I'm itching to give Miss High and Mighty an eyeful.
É aqui que o cara...
Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair city since 1895.
I wish the courthouse did look like that in 1981. Press button to experience future Hill Valley, circa 1981. I don't think I've visited that timeline yet. Press button to experience future Hill Valley, circa 1981.
Eu vou ter que dar uma olhada nas dicas, mano, porque...
Seriously, I am not stealing this truck.
Deixa eu dar uma olhada aqui nas dicas. O plano da Trixie para fazer ciúmes na Edna requer um diamante falso, algumas peles e uma foto do Emmett bebê. Há um objeto em forma de diamante em algum lugar na frente da escola. Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Na frente da escola, mano. Eu tô querendo não usar muitas dicas, mas pelo que eu tô vendo você vai ter que usar. Uma DeLorean. Vou ter que dar uma olhada aqui. A impaciência é uma virtude ao tentar obter o diamante falso. Ative o arco-íris artificial na maquete da Rio Valley do Futuro enquanto a tempestade ainda está acontecendo. Ative o arco-íris? Aí, deixa eu ver. Naquela maquete, né? Deixa eu ver.
Press button to experience future Hill Valley, circa 1981.
Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair city since 1895, reassuring all the good people of Hill Valley that their needs are taken care of and life is sweet. Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button.
Boa.
Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the
future.
valley's thirsty crops.
Just borrowing it.
Pegamos o diamante. Dê a Trixie tudo que ela precisa. Beleza, pegamos diamante. Agora qual outro item que precisa? Algumas peles escondidas fora da escola. Quando encontrar as peles, você precisa de água para tirá-las de onde estão. Use o removedor do Emmett nas peles da máquina de Rio Valley.
Of course, our
tudo na
residents will want to
maquete, cara.
venture forth into the fresh air occasionally. And what better excursion than a pleasure ride in this elevated 50 years into the future for a peek at Hill Valley circa 1981. Courtesy of Hal's Hardware and the collective imagination of mankind. Could this be our residents will want to venture forth into the fresh air? Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Super train waiting for Mother Nature to do her job. They're underground. Button. A network of burrows extends a mile into the earth.
My future wouldn't be built so shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Callahan. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I better go see what's keeping him.
I'll go check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But
Tut tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see, I know what you're up to.
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
Go. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Mas eu peguei as peles. Eu acho que não, hein? Skit, trem do futuro e o prisma. Faltou a pele, mano.
The century looks bright for our fair metropolis. Jump with us 50 years into the future for a peek at Hill Valley into the advances will make it better where the population ride in this tired and waiting for the mother nature to be our venerable town square of dreams. Yes, indeed. And the expo would like to warn you that you can find everything you need to make cross your dreams into reality at Harold's Hardware. Our hardware, serving our round city since 1895, extends a mile into the earth.
It's not as nice as my truck back in 86.
10 million citizens,
Jeez,
plenty
I
of
hope I still
space to
have a
work,
truck back in
play,
86.
and raise their families.
Deixa eu ver. Removedor do Emmett. Eu tenho esse item. Acho que agora eu consigo falar com o Arthur. Deixa eu ver.
Hey, Artie.
Hey, Mr. G-Man. How's the, undercover operation?
If everything goes as planned, we should be wrapping things up real soon now.
Well, when it's time for me to play my part, just say the word.
So you're the registration guy for the expo?
And chief accountant and paymaster.
Hey, you're coming up in the world.
And none of it would have happened if I hadn't responded to that subpoena.
You haven't met Sylvia yet, have you?
My contact person? Not yet. Is he or she at the expo?
I don't think so, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a she. Keep your eyes open for Sylvia.
What should I do when I meet her?
Just let nature take its course. Why'd you have to go and fire Trixie?
You think I wanted to? It's illegal for me to knowingly hire a Canadian for the job, and I don't want to be in trouble with the law again.
I don't suppose you miss working for Kit Tannen.
No sirree, Bob. I don't know how I ever got mixed up with an abusive, gun-toting thug like that. He even stiffed me on overtime pay.
Think the Hill Valley Expo will be a success?
I don't see why not. Why shouldn't California have its own high-technology center?
Keep doing what you're doing, Grandpa.
Grandpa?
That's our, code name for you.
Oh, ha! Funny.
Ei, Marty. Fica vacilando não, mano.
Now that I've got my bitchin' train/skateboard, I don't need the DeLorean to get around town.
I see.
I found a set of wheels.
Good. Then you can visit my younger self. He could use a good talking to right about now. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Que transporte você conseguiu? Ah, será que é o caminhão? Só que eu não consegui pegar a pele que falou que estava aqui na frente da escola, né? Use o removedor do Emmett nas peles da maquete de Hill Valley do passado. Sim, mas eu não tenho esse remover. Ah, já sei. Acho que é com um Emmett mais novo que eu tenho que pegar. Se pá.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, good. He's back.
Não, pensei
Stay out of trouble, cue ball.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Como é que eu vou, cara? Diz que tem transporte. Deixa eu ver aqui na rua se vai dar alguma...
Hang on, Emmett. Hope you're ready for a big breakup.
Ah, tá. Beleza. É o skatezinho. Eu ainda não tanco essas travadas do jogo, velho, na moral.
Emmett?
Oxi, é o Kid?
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see now, what's next? Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now, in love with the woman of my dreams, and a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Agora eu vou procurar o removedor.
How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey!
The test subject wears this mind mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
Uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli, intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that...
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Layabout? Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
What's this?
The mind map cards from the dozens of subjects I've tested during the last few weeks. I've got to get them sorted before the expo begins.
Why?
Edna's got this grand scheme to catalog all of Hill Valley citizens by their mental alignment. Isn't that cute?
Not really. So this machine takes those little cards and tells you whether or not someone's a good guy or bad guy?
Kind of. Actually, the helmet does all the work. The mental alignment meter is just a glorified arcade machine.
So why not just go with the cards?
Edna says that people respond well to flashing lights and snap judgments. I can't argue with that. Every time I kiss her, I see flashing lights and lose all sense of judgment.
No kidding. Phew.
Ugh. Did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on. Well, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
What's this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure. Hey, Emmett, what's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer.
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one. The mind of a degenerate criminal.
This kid Tannen's mind map, as captured by our mind map helmet.
You could tell he's a criminal just by looking at this?
No, but when it's fed into the mental alignment meter...
Weird.
Weird nothing. It's science.
Mind if I...
Go ahead. Ah, that'd be Mr. Needleman's card. I'll just put this in the stack with the other hooligans.
Looks like you got a lot of hooligans.
Yeah, about 90% of Hill Valley thus far. It's a little disturbing.
Eu peguei. Não peguei não, mas eu preciso de desse.
What's this typewriter do again?
During a mental alignment test, it takes messages from the mind map helmet and turns them into punch cards. Like the one for Mr. Tannen over there.
Seems complicated.
Actually, it was all rather easy to put together. Once Edna gave me the idea.
Sounds to me like you should be working on harder problems then.
What? Sorry, I've got to get back to work.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
You look a little... constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Cadê? Não foi que ele botou?
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Don't mention it. Nothing happened.
Well, that button advances the slides during the mind mapping test. It only works while the test is running. I'd be careful of that if I were you.
Why?
The rocket fuel experiment must have stripped one of the teeth in the hand crank. As a consequence, if you turn it for more than 10 seconds, it... sends out an electric shock.
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
É, só que eu não tenho outro mapa mental. Eu tentei pegar ali, mas o jogo não deixa pegar.
Hey, could we watch Frankenstein on this?
Sorry, Harry, but I need this projector to trigger positive and negative visual stimuli for my mental alignment tests. Besides, a movie like Frankenstein should really be watched on a big screen, don't you think?
Tentar pegar outro.
Looks like you got a lot of hooligans.
Yeah, about 90% of Hill Valley thus far. It's a little disturbing.
Looks like you got a lot of
Pega
hooligans.
mano.
Yeah, about 90% of Hill Valley thus far. It's a little disturbing.
According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps. According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps.
Ele não tirou meu mapa mental, cadê? Cara, não consegui não, velho. Será que eu já peguei tudo que preciso? Acho que sim, velho.
Hey, Emmett, got a sec?
Why, yes. In fact, I've got several.
So, you and Edna, how serious are you guys?
Well, we both enjoy a good joke every now and then, but I'd say on the whole we're fairly serious people. Why do you ask?
No. What I mean is, how serious is your relationship?
Oh, well, as a scientist, I can't state this with 100% confidence, but I'm provisionally certain that I'm head over heels in love.
Really? With Edna?
What can I say? She's my muse. In the weeks since we've been courting, she's given me so many wonderful ideas.
Are you sure Edna's the right woman for you?
What do you mean?
Don't you think she's a little controlling?
Controlling? Edna? No. She's just giving me a little much-needed guidance. Before I met her, I was such a flibberty-gibbet, always getting distracted by the slightest stray idea. But now, thanks to Edna, I stay focused on the task in front of me, like a narrow-band stream of stimulated photon emissions. Focused!
Isn't she a little cold?
Don't let the schoolmarm exterior fool you, buddy. Edna's got enough warmth to raise a liter of water from 0 to 100 degrees centigrade. Know what I mean?
I kinda wish I didn't. I don't know. I just think Edna might be a little dangerous.
Oh, I agree.
You do?
Like all independent women, she's a danger to the patriarchal status quo. That's one of the things I love about her. She shakes things up.
You have no idea. I just think you should be careful, that's all.
Thanks for the concern, but I'll be fine.
I still don't think Edna's right for you.
Oh? And who is she right for? You?
Me? No way.
Relax. I'm just yanking your tibia.
Is all this new stuff what you're showing off at the expo?
Yes. It's our mental alignment meter.
Mental alignment meter? I thought you were working on some sort of rocket car.
Oh, the rocket propulsion system was far too unreliable, as that incident with Einstein proved. By the way, whatever happened to Einstein?
I wish I knew.
Anyway, I started tinkering with an alternate method of propulsion, but that was before things started heating up with Edna. Our conversations about the possibilities of applying technology to social ills pushed my research in a whole new direction.
What's a mental alignment meter?
It's the most revolutionary piece of technology since the cotton gin.
What does it do?
It reads and interprets the subconscious desires of the human mind.
Why would you want to probe people's minds?
Why wouldn't you? Imagine being able to diagnose mental disorders with a flick of a switch, or detect the truthfulness of courtroom testimony merely by connecting a witness to a small portable device.
Your machine does all that?
Not yet. Frankly, right now the whole thing's just a gussied-up potentiometer. But with years of refinements and a whole lot of investors, the MAM will be able to identify countless psychosis and neurosis, alcoholism, acrophobia, Oedipal complexes.
And?
And then we can set about curing them, of course.
Of course. Anyway. Did you make a mind map of yourself?
Of course. Take a look.
Edna's right. You are a model citizen.
At least as far as my invention's concerned. Confidentially, this whole enterprise is a little light on the hard science and a little heavy on the smoke and mirrors.
Could you tell me how this mental alignment meter works again?
Of course. Now, pay attention. Subjects put on the mind-mapping helmet, which I activate with this radio switch.
Check.
The subject is then exposed to a series of visual stimuli provoking positive, negative, or indifferent reactions that are recorded by the mind map printer.
Right.
Once a mind map is completed, it can be inserted into the mental alignment meter to pronounce judgment on the subject's mental state.
Okay, I think I got it. Can't believe you invented all this in 2 months.
Well, like I said, there's not really a whole lot of inventing going on here. I just dressed up a $5 potentiometer with a lot of bells and whistles.
But
don't get me wrong, it does a remarkable job of telling whether a subject is currently liking or disliking what they're experiencing. But all the extra stuff about sorting out criminals from model citizens is mostly a bunch of hooey at this point.
Hey, what's with the new threads?
You like them?
You look like Colonel Sanders.
Who?
Never mind.
Edna gave them to me. She says my usual clothes don't have enough zing for a public exhibition.
What do you say we take a break for a couple of hours and go see a movie?
A couple of hours?
Actually, it may be more like 70 minutes.
I haven't got a couple of hours. I still got all these mind maps to sort, and the MAM's wiring is still giving me fits, and...
I get it, you're busy. How are things between you and your father? I'm kind of surprised he hasn't torn down your lab yet.
He's still angry with me and threatening to cut me out of his will, but I'm hoping that the civic potential of my mental alignment meter will win him over.
You look busy. Why don't we talk later?
Sure thing.
Ele me ensinou como usa, velho.
So when it's turned on, that helmet can really read your mind?
Not really. It's actually a little more than a simple Wheatstone bridge, measuring galvanic skin responses to various sensory stimuli.
Like those pictures you showed me?
Precisely. The theory is that good citizens will have positive reactions to positive figures, while bad citizens will have positive reactions to negative figures, and so on.
And it really works?
So far.
Deixa eu usar o capacete. Deixa eu ver se ele vai deixar eu usar. Ou ele vai repetir a mesma...
Emmett's helmet can tell how someone's reacting to the pictures he projects on the wall. I wonder if it would react to something other than pictures.
Outra coisa além de imagens.
I Don't Care by Trixie Trotter?
Edna doesn't approve of that sort of music, but I find it very soothing. Oh.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may
Ainda bem que a música que ela canta não tem
but
copyright.
I don't care. You see, I'm sort of independent. I am my own superintendent.
This button only works while the mind map test is active.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps.
I'm happy-go-lucky, and say I am plucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care.
Levou choque na bunda.
How goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. Had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Ew.
No.
Hey there, you stinky little bacteria.
Deixa eu ver aqui. Ah, esse vaso eu vou ter que derramar no Emmett, mano. Eu pensei que esse vaso eu ia usar lá. Ainda bem que eu dei uma olhada aqui no coisa, viu, mano?
Hey, Emmett, I've got a... Whoa! Whoops.
What the heck?
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. Your suit's ruined. Edna's gonna be royally PO'd.
Wrong.
What?
When Edna gave me this suit, I realized that the probability of me keeping it clean was infinitesimally remote, so I spent a few hours whipping up this.
Whoa! What was that?
A chemical compound capable of wiping the grime off any surface.
Emmett, you'll make a fortune.
Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Due to an inherent instability in its molecular makeup, after 12 hours, the cleanser's component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-shredding enzymes, rendering it unsuitable for commercial use.
Wait a minute. Does that mean your suit's gonna dissolve in 12 hours?
Hey, gods, no. The solution dissipates into the air after it's applied. But it does mean that after this batch of cleanser ages another 11 hours and 53 minutes, it would eat away this suit faster than 1,000 starving moths. And that would be a crisis of unimaginable proportions.
Why?
Because this suit belongs to Edna's grandfather, who wore it on his wedding day. Poor guy was gunned down just a few years later.
Emmett?
Well, enough wool gathering. Back to work.
Caraca.
That cleanser doesn't seem very portable.
It isn't, but this is.
A perfume bottle?
Yes. No. I mean, yes, it's a perfume bottle, but inside is a concentrated dose of my all-purpose cleanser. With a little luck, this should last me through the next 12 hours before its component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-destroying enzymes.
Clever.
Esse removedor é o que eu
What the hell is that?
What?
Boa.
Sorry, I thought I saw a tarantula. So after 12 hours, your cleanser just kinda turns into battery acid?
Battery acid? Don't be ridiculous. It merely turns into a brew of cloth-destroying enzymes capable of rotting away any fabric almost instantly. Battery acid, really? What is this, man?
Não, peraí. O tempo tá errado.
Emmett?
What?
Your jacket's got a little,
No worries.
Mano, eu queria fazer o bagulho aqui de trocar o coisa, só que eu acho que não vai dar, não. Ah, vambora, vamos fazer o objetivo lá. Eu perdi muito tempo aqui.
What?
I was just thinking about the future. All that talk about Edna's grandfather made me realize something.
Please let it be something about lightning.
Life can be short, sometimes brutally so. So why not seize the day and grab your happiness while you can?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
I was saving this for next Valentine's Day, but why should I? I know what I want.
Emmett, no.
I'm gonna ask Edna to marry me. Right now.
No!
Oh, right. I'll wait until tonight at the expo. It'll be much more romantic that way. Just think. By this time tomorrow, Edna and I will be engaged and will be the toast of the scientific community. And I owe it all to you.
You're welcome. Hey, Emmett, I've got to go out for a while.
I thought Edna sent you to make sure I wasn't getting distracted.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Droga.
That doesn't need cleaning. That doesn't need cleaning.
Não é aqui.
That doesn't need cleaning.
Não é aqui. Maquete Rio Valley do passado.
That doesn't need cleaning.
Não, não, não.
Hey, Doc. I mean, Mr. Sagan.
Excuse me a moment, Miss Strickland. I've got her neutralized for the moment. How's the plan proceeding on your end?
Sobre aquele traço que você
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, what am I supposed to look for again?
A signal that it's done evaluating the time circuits. The analysis can take a while. Be sure to let me know when the light turns green, and I'll take her out for another test run.
It's about Edna.
Don't worry, she's not going anywhere right now.
That's good, but... Have you found out anything that can help me?
Only that she's stubborn, argumentative, and completely convinced of her own moral superiority.
Great, thanks, Doc. That really helps. What are you two talking about anyway?
It's a private matter. I promised I'd keep it between us, for the present.
She isn't starting to get under your skin, is she?
Heavens, no. The memory of her older self wheeling me into the reconditioning chamber is just too strong. The younger version is decidedly more attractive, though.
On another subject...
Less distasteful, I hope.
Is it true that you only had eyes for Edna?
At that time, I'm afraid so. I always tended to idealize the opposite sex. I was educated in a boys' school, and Jules Verne was always a little sketchy with female characters.
We haven't got time for a therapy session, Doc. Edna made a point of saying that teenage you looked great in her grandfather's suit.
I did cut a fine figure in that suit. She hated it when I got it dirty.
Was Edna right when she said you had a virtuous brain?
I do indeed. No criminal tendencies whatsoever. Solid citizen through and through. That's how I was able to go so far in politics.
Yeah, I'm starting to miss Kid Tannen. Horrible news, Doc. Emmett's gonna ask Edna to marry him tonight.
But that's not how it happened. She didn't get me to propose until much later, that night at the lake.
Something I said must have caused him to move up the timetable.
Great Scott! This time travel business is trickier than I imagined.
Maybe I could talk teenage you into losing the suit.
I doubt it. I knew how much that suit meant to Edna, and at that time my only desire was to please her.
I swiped this from Emmett's, your lab.
My
It's
anti-stick, anti-stain formula. I remember it well. I had high hopes for that concoction, until I discovered that it decays into a cloth-shredding enzyme after 12 hours.
That's what your younger self said. I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, don't. After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
Good news. I think Trixie's gonna go along with my scheme.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Cara, ainda não entendi esse spray, mano. Tem uma maquete Rio Vale do Futuro. Ah, será que essa é a antiga Rio Valley, mano?
Times may be hard in Hill Valley, but our present worries fade into insignificance when we ponder our Pleistocene past. Is the wolf knocking at your door? Be glad he's not a Tyrannosaurus, king of the ancient lizards. And if you find yourself drowning in debt, well, you could be drowning in something a whole lot stickier, like the Hill Valley tar pits. This peek into the distant past is brought to you by Lamont's House of Urban, reminding you fur is forever.
É aqui mesmo. Eu tava querendo botar na maquete
That
errada.
doesn't need cleaning. That doesn't need cleaning.
Não dá pra pôr nesta porra dessa maquete, meu irmão? Ah, peraí, será que eu tenho que derramar o óleo primeiro?
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Ai, sério, mano.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil. Furs donated by Lamont's House of Ermine. At least they're going to a good cause. They're stuck tight in this tar.
Agora foi.
It's a good thing I did this before Emmett's 12-hour time limit, where the cleanser might have dissolved the fur. Let's slip out of those furs, shall we?
Pronto.
Hi, Trix.
Oh, hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be easiest if I just march up to that Strickland dame and give her a smack in the puss?
Well, it would be fun to watch, but it wouldn't get her to break up with my friend Emmett.
Oh, right. You got all the props I asked for? The furs and the diamond? And your friend's photo album?
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
Good. I'm
Como
itching
não,
to give
cara?
Miss High and Mighty an eyeful.
Eu consegui tudo, não. Pele. Frasco. Oh. Pele, álbum.
Voila!
Say, pretty snazzy for a phony rock. Gimme. Keep that up and I may take a real shine to ya.
I'd rather you take a fake shine to Emmett.
Eu vou
I'm
ter que dar
working
pulo
on
pra
it.
ela.
How about the furs in the photo album?
I'll get him to you.
Vou ter que dar por cara.
I brought Emmett's photo album like you asked.
Let's see. Gee, he's not bad looking. In an egghead kind of way.
Remember, I don't want you seducing him for real.
I ain't a cradle robber, kiddo. Now bring me those furs and we'll be in business.
Papá anjo. Essa foi foda, mano.
Hey, Trixie. Are these furs good enough?
Well, they're a little ratty, but, they'll work.
So, you got everything you need for your big scene?
Everything except for your friend.
Emmett Brown, redheaded guy about yay high. He'll be the one with Edna Strickland.
Not for long, he won't.
Great.
Agora tem que ir na Edna.
Can I talk to you a minute, Miss Strickland?
Surely. Excuse us a moment.
It's like this. Rather hard for me to picture Emmett as a chick magnet.
When he's properly pomaded and decked out in my grandfather's white suit, Emmett just glows. Makes my heart flutter a bit just to picture him.
Não, não
That's
abriu
all the
coisa
questions I
diferente,
got.
não. Deixa eu dar uma
Very well,
olhada aqui.
then.
Não abriu nada diferente, não. É, o que o Emmett disse sobre a vida útil do seu removedor. Após 12 horas, o removedor se transforma num ácido destruidor de roupas. Pena que você não tenha 12 horas, eu tenho. O que acontece toda vez que o cidadão Brown testa DeLorean? Coloque o removedor no DeLorean e em seguida diga ao cidadão Brown que ele está pronto para um teste. Ai, mano. Tipo, uma parada nada a ver, tá ligado? Se botar o removedor no DeLorean, não tem nada a ver.
It'll be safe in there. I need to talk to you.
Excuse me, my dear. Yes?
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, what am I supposed to look for again?
A signal that it's done evaluating the time circuits. The analysis can take a while. Be sure to let me know when the light turns green, and I'll take her out for another test run.
Sim, mas e agora, mano? Eu coloquei o negócio lá. Coloque o removedor no DeLorean e em seguida diga ao cidadão Brown que ele está pronto para teste.
Doc said to tell him when the light on his diagnostic thingy went green. Hey, the light's green. That means Doc could take the DeLorean out again.
Tá. Tinha que fazer essa ação aqui primeiro.
I need to talk to you.
Excuse me, my dear.
Not at all, Mr. Sagan. Take your time.
Much obliged, Miss Strickland. Yes?
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, the light's gone green.
Wonderful. If the systems check out, I should be able to take it for another test run. I've got to run a short errand, Miss Strickland. I suggest you think about what I've been saying.
Oh, I will.
When did you land this time?
9 hours and 37 minutes ago.
Ouch.
Frankly, it started to get a little difficult to avoid running into myself. Still, the time jump yielded some interesting new data on the flux field. I'll run some more tests and we'll see what we find.
Complicou, mano.
Nope, no green light yet. Doc's trip aged the formula a few hours. Not enough to turn it to acid, though.
Ah, cara, eu acho que eu entendi. Deixa eu ver se dá pra pôr de novo o removedor. Eu acho que eu entendi. A gente tem que envelhecer o removedor. Mas aí ele tem que ficar verde. Vamos lá no Emmett Brown de novo. Que tem coisas lá pra
How's it
gente
hanging,
fazer.
Emmett?
No time for small talk. I've got machines to tune and mind maps to sort.
Tá. Era pra ter feito isso.
It's a picture of Edna. Since Emmett's got the hots for her, I guess she's supposed to provoke a positive response.
E vou sacanear com o Emmett agora, mano. Vou sacanear com ele, mano.
According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps. According to Emmett, this thing
Não,
prints out
pô.
mind maps.
Não tô entendendo essa porra aqui. Ah, tá, entendi. Eu tenho que passar, tá ligado? Cadê? Eu tenho que ir passando. Do nada, mano. Agora conseguimos, cara. Agora a gente troca, tá ligado?
If I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
Tem aqui.
Swapping out Emmett's mind map with a crappier one is a great idea, but I should probably scan it with a mental alignment meter first.
Ah, tá. Eu esqueci do negócio aqui.
This thing reads Emmett's mind maps. That's not a great reading, but if I really want to get Emmett in trouble, I better aim for the bottom. This thing reads Emmett's mind maps.
Ué, vou ter que fazer outro? Será?
This button only works while the mind map test is active.
Será que eu vou ter que fazer outro? Deixa eu ver se eu vou precisar fazer outro. É, eu vou precisar fazer outro. Eu vou pegar o carequinha, mano. Vou botar o carequinha.
According to Emmett, this thing prints out mind maps.
Ué, tem que fazer tudo mesmo pra ele liberar? Será que é isso? Acho que vai dar o mesmo resultado, porque eu vou ter que fazer alguma coisa pra ele dar outro resultado.
That's not a great reading, but if I really want to get Emmett in trouble, I better aim for the bottom.
Beleza.
Ew.
Deixa eu ver como é que eu vou fazer, mano. Acho que eu preciso que ele... Deixa eu ver se toca na música. Deixa eu ver se toca na música...
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care.
Era a mesma coisa?
Ah, that's the stuff.
They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. You see, I'm sort of independent. I am my own superintendent. My star is on the ascendant.
Mesma coisa.
That's why I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I'm happy-go-lucky and say I am plucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care if I do get the mean and stony stare. If I'm never successful, it won't be too stressful, 'cause I don't care. They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. You see, I'm sort of independent. I am my own superintendent. My star is on the ascendant. That's why I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I'm happy-go-lucky and say I am plucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care if I do get the mean and stony stare. If I'm never successful, it won't be too stressful, 'cause I don't care. They say I'm crazy, got no sense, but I don't care. They may or may not mean offense, but I don't care. You see, I'm sort of independent. I am my
Careful, don't let all the flavor escape.
That's why I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what people think of me. I'm happy-go-lucky and say I am plucky, so jolly and carefree. I don't care.
Vamos ver agora, né, galera? Eu botei pra tocar ali a música. Ver se vai dar diferente. E a mesma coisa.
That's not a great reading, but if I really want to get Emmett in trouble, I better aim for the bottom.
Galera, eu acho que eu vou finalizar por aqui. Já temos 1 hora aí de episódio. No próximo episódio a gente vai continuar exatamente daqui, tá? Vamos tentar resolver esse pepino aqui. Se vocês tenham gostado do episódio de hoje, não esqueça de deixar o like, se inscrever no canal quem não for inscrito, ativar as notificações, compartilhar com os amigos. E até o próximo vídeo aí. Valeu, falou e eu fui.